May 28th, I'm here at the Marion Anderson Recreation Center in South Philadelphia with boxing coach and police officer George G. How you doing, George?
How you doing, Coach?
Welcome in. Talk to me about you becoming a police officer and a boxing coach. How all that started?
Well, when I was a youngster, I always wanted to be a police officer. I got into it. I love it. I love bringing the bad guys to justice.
Okay.
I'm a 20-year vet right now. About 10 years into my career, I started boxing.
Okay.
I had a pretty decent amateur career. I didn't make it to open class, but
Okay.
my last fight, I sold about 40 tickets.
Man,
And
so you were a ticket seller.
yeah, I sold about 40 tickets. Actually, I only sold that many because the fight was in my neighborhood at the Carousel House.
Okay, I know the carousel.
Right. And there was only 2 heavyweights in the tournament at the time. And as I was warming up, I saw the fighter whisper to my coach at the time. And then his coach whispered to my coach. And then my coach came to me and said, I'm not fighting.
Okay.
So now I go out and a lot of people there said, you know what? I said, I'm not fighting. Everybody was disappointed. Everybody was upset. And I probably sold the most tickets that night. So for me, that's a bad taste in my mouth. I just left the sport of boxing. So.
Different, but you're now back, giving back here at Marion Anderson.
Right.
You're a coach here. You've worked with Hammer and Hank Lundy in his world title fight. Why did you volunteer to help down here at Marion Anderson?
Well, what happened was, I went back up to the gym where I was training at, and my coach said, look, people like you, people respect you, people listen to you. It's time to get back what you learned.
Okay.
And then I started holding mitts. Nothing major, just holding for one-two punch, 1-2 combination, which every boxer should learn, a good 1-2. And it just progressed from there. I came to Marion Anderson, as you know, about a year ago.
Right.
And I got introduced to you and a couple other fighters and a couple other coaches. And I just settled in. I made it my home. I started working with kids. And I actually do a mentoring program at my job.
Okay. Talk to me about the mentoring program.
It's called Teen Esteem 180.
Okay.
It's about taking kids that's going the wrong way and turning them 180 degrees so they can go the right way.
Right.
And that's what I'm a part of. We meet the kids every Friday. And we mentor them. We give them different tools for life, hygiene, self-respect. And that's how we interact with the community.
You know what's amazing? When you walk in here, since you're not in uniform, you actually have your sweats on every day. When I tell some of the younger people that you're a police officer,
Right.
they're kind of surprised.
Yeah, they be surprised because now instead of looking at me as Coach G, they get a little bit more respect when we become a police officer because most police officers, believe it or not, are approachable.
Right.
It's just sometimes we shed in a bad light, but now they be surprised because they didn't know I was that approachable. I help any kid with anything, not just kids, adults too. I always believe in help who you can when you can, and that's what I base my life on.
I know that most police officers are approachable. My father was a member of the Jamaican Constabulary Force. He was a sergeant in Jamaica in the police force for 16 years. My uncle was a police officer. Actually took a knife for Prime Minister Michael Manley back in the 70s, protecting the Prime Minister. And I have several cousins who are police officers in Jamaica. So a lot of people have preconceived notion, but seeing how you interact with the young people is definitely refreshing.
Right. I try my best to instill in them about steps you take to become from a young man to a grown man. You have to plant seeds while they're young, so the seeds can grow. If you don't get me wrong, like the older guys, they kind of set their ways. You can reach some of them, but it's better to reach them when they're young, because you learn the most when you're young. you want them to grow and develop. In that way, they already know right from wrong. They know respect. And to me, teaching somebody respect, it gets the point across in a boxing gym a lot more anywhere else,
right,
in my opinion.
Right.
Because as you know, we hear countless hours.
Right.
When we done training kids, we train ourselves.
That's true.
You want a bag, you want to weight, and the kids see that, and they know they better respect Coach Chicken, they better respect Coach G, they better respect Coach Cornbread. They see how we turn them over on the bag. Not to say, not to get violent with the kids, but they see that and they know, listen, I just can't say what I want to this coach because he know how to defend himself.
Exactly.
So you can kind of, look, kid, this is what I want done. And they be like, okay, they better get it done.
And I think for almost every boxing gym, people respectful. We've never had an incident in Marion Anderson. Nothing happens at Schuler's gym, ABC Rec with Fred Jenkins. People are very respectful because people understand in boxing, you have to prove yourself, earn your name, etc. But it's been good. Tell a story about your boxing training. I would help you out on the police force. I think the story about a gentleman did something and he tried to outrun you and you caught him.
Well, that happened on more than one occasion.
Okay.
But in certain instances where when you chase somebody and you used to running 3-4 miles every other day, I was heavyweight, so I didn't run every day. So I ran 3-4 miles every other day. I wasn't a long runner. But when you chasing somebody and next thing you know, it's just you and that guy, he's getting tired. And then he thinks you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
So now you want to turn and fight. Well, I've been in the ring. I know how to handle myself. It's a bad decision.
It's a bad decision.
Bad decision.
Try to hit a police officer who's a boxer.
Exactly. So, like I said, not to promote violence or whatever. Like I said, I help who I can when I can. But it also helps me to stay safe, stay sharp, and since I'm confident in my ability as a boxer, then I can treat people a certain way because I know what I'm capable of. And I know I don't have to rush into every situation with my gun drawn.
Right.
And I don't have to rush into every situation as it being a detriment because I can also defend myself and I also taught my partner how to box. So we pretty much, we start here at a lower level and we try to bring somebody down so we can resolve it peacefully.
And I have to say this, being the son of a police officer, and my father was a great officer, he treated everyone with respect. If most people had your philosophy on the force, treating people with respect, evaluating the situation before drawing the gun, I think the police force in this country wouldn't have a bad name because I see you interact with the young people, talk to them, mentor them, coach them. Your philosophy, you're consistent, you're respectful to people. If every police officer had your mindset, we wouldn't have some of the things we're dealing with right now.
First of all, let me thank you for the compliment. I just want to let you know, I was one of the fortunate people to grow up with both parents in the household also.
Okay. Okay.
Right. And the reason I say that is because when I was growing up, I was the only person out of the guys I hung with that had both parents in my house.
Okay.
It was single parent household, so and my dad taught me a lot, my mother taught me a lot, and I was able to filter everything, learning from a mother and a father in the same household. So I know how to treat and understand how to treat women, and I know how to show respect and get respect from men because of my father. So I was extremely, extremely blessed in that situation.
Maybe your dad was cut from the same cloth as my father.
Yeah.
There were 3 ways of doing things in my household. For my father, there were 3 ways. My father's way, my father's way, and my father's way. Right. He used to joke that he was a benevolent dictator. So I mean, that was it, and God bless him. I'm glad I was raised the way I was raised when I came to this country. But it's just a great thing. Now, one thing you did mention earlier, your son is an athlete. Comcast Sportsnet did a story on the gym, myself, Coach Charles Ramey, my coach, the boxers here, and featured in that piece, and my sister saw the piece, and she was like, I love the little guy in orange. That was your son.
That was my son. He's an athlete, and I'm not saying it just because he's my son.
No, he's an athlete. I've seen him with the basketball. I've seen him in the boxing ring.
His football team went undefeated, and they got cheated out of a Disney trip with Pop Warner.
Right.
He was a starting athlete for the football team. He comes in here, he does his boxing, and then he goes upstairs and plays basketball. I try to keep him well-rounded, because he may not. To me, I don't want him to enjoy boxing because I enjoy it so much.
Okay.
I want him to enjoy it for himself, and it seems like he does. He was here with his first foreign match. And,
Oh yeah, I was impressed. And
Right.
I'm not impressed by much.
Right. And he said, he came to the corner, he said, Dad, he had tears in his eyes, he said, Dad, this is hard. I said, listen, son, you don't have to go back out there. I said, you tried it, it's fine. He sucked it up, and he said, no, I'm going back out.
I
And
saw
it was one of the most proudest moments as a father that I ever had. And I have another son who's 18, he's going to East Stroudsburg football.
Right.
So, and I started him off boxing training. So, and you know boxing is a contact sport like no other. So when he's playing football, the contact doesn't mean anything to him. He's a cornerback who can actually make good tackles.
Right.
Because the contact prepared him for
But you're leaving out probably the best fighter of the bunch, man. And one day I saw her on the path. Your daughter with perfect form, throwing right hand. I was looking at her and said, maybe if she was about 50 pounds heavier,
Right.
Clarissa Shields, the Olympic gold medalist, would be in trouble because your daughter has skills.
Yes. Now,
Talk to me about her because I've seen her in here.
I'm going to talk to you about my daughter because she listens to every word.
She's
I
14
say.
years old.
She's 12.
She's 12. See,
12.
maturity level.
She listens to every word I say. It doesn't matter if she thinks I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. She listens to me.
Right.
And when I tell her to do something, it's okay, Dad. It's
What's your
okay,
daughter? Her name?
Her name is Gianni G.
Gianni. You know, I call your kids. I say little G,
Right.
female G, and big G. That's all I use.
She's very attentive. She does not miss a beat. If I tell her something's wrong, and let's say she does something wrong, she can't get it right. I was trying to teach her to throw an uppercut properly. She wouldn't get it. She couldn't get it. So I left her alone. And I would catch her at home out the corner of my eye, in the nose, and shooting straight up. I said, she could get it. The very next time I helped her miss for her, she did it perfect.
But I've seen her work in the past with you, and as Mike Tyson would say, her style is impetuous, impregnable. She's Clarissa Shields, Jackie Fraser live, and Layla Ali all rolled into one. I mean, she has skills. If she decided to pursue boxing like your son,
Right.
I mean, who knows?
She's still a lady.
Yeah, and she's still a lady. She's still a lady.
But she dresses when she's not in the gym. She likes to dress up. So she's still a lady.
And your wife is also a police officer.
That's correct.
Your kids have to be disciplined, man. 2 police officers in the family.
Yeah, my wife comes to train, but we like to bump heads. She like to say my daughter's very attentive. My wife, she wants to do what she wants to do.
Okay, she's not going to listen to the trainers.
She'll throw the punches like I want, but then if I say give me more, she's like, no, I'm done. That's enough.
That's enough, man. You can't blame her. One of the best, probably arguably the best prospect. I love this guy. He's a police officer. Manny Bob,
Yes.
junior featherweight.
Yes.
He's a police officer.
Yes, he is.
This guy can move.
He can fight.
Let's talk about Manny and what he means to the police force.
Well, Manny means a whole lot to the police force because like I said, it gives a different side of being a police officer. Manny, I haven't had the pleasure of seeing him fight, but I've seen him train. His speed is great. His footwork is great. Power in both hands. It's funny that you mention him because I'm in the 12th district. He's in the 18th district.
18th, okay.
Right. And somebody ran on him recently.
I heard the story.
Right. And then they actually tried to mace him when Manny caught up. I don't know why. Manny ran the guy down, and the guy tried to mace him, and it was just a quick 1-2, and the fight was over. So, and he forced Manny in, and I guess he looked at Manny's size, thinking,
He's a small person.
He's a small person.
122 pounds.
But when you know how to punch, 122 pounds, it'll be how should I say it, devastating.
Oh, you can anchor a building with 122 pounds of dynamite. Right. So, I don't, a person has no chance against a guy like that. The average human being doesn't have a chance, despite his size.
Right, yeah. Despite his size.
Nah, I mean, he's explosive, and to me, I'm shocked that Al Heyman, top rank, one of the top promoters or top manager or advisor, I'm surprised they haven't signed him. I think he's now 6-0 or 7-0.
Yeah, I believe so. But if he keeps working like he's working, I'm almost 100% positive Manny Foley is going to be a household name within boxing within the next year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to, not just me and you, not just the Philadelphia boxing world, the police world, and the coaches across Philadelphia, but he's going to be a worldwide name.
And he has a demeanor, man. He's a very humble guy.
Very humble.
Doesn't say much.
He doesn't say much. We was in the courthouse about 2 weeks ago, and he came there. He did his job, and he's approachable. You can talk to him, but he's not a boisterous guy. He doesn't have to be seen.
Right.
So
But when the bell rings,
when the bell rings,
like a little Tommy Hearns, Manny is putting you out of your misery early.
yes.
But he can fight. Now, I see our director over there probably giving me the signal.
That's fine.
But let the audience know something about Coach G, police officer, boxing coach, that they don't know.
Well, what people probably don't know about me is, from my demeanor, I like to fight.
Okay.
I'm a little old now, but and I don't show that I like to fight. I'm never loud. I don't argue with men because we can just fight. To get
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I don't argue with women because I don't put my hands on them.
Exactly.
So you will rarely catch me in an argument.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason is because I like to fight, and I know that's not the right way.
Right.
So rather than fight you and argue with you, I just.
But it's good that we notice. I know Russell Peltz is watching. He has a card this Friday, June 3rd. They have an undefeated fighter, Cassius Chaney,
Right.
who's fighting on the card. He's a heavyweight.
Right.
They don't have an opponent yet. And I I see you on the bag. I would say Chaney's in trouble.
I'm a little too old.
Oh, Bernard is 150.
Bernard is a rare human being.
But see, the
Bernard Hopkins is a rare human
the
being.
difference between you and Bernard is a rare human being. You're a puncher.
Right.
And you don't have to make weight.
I don't have to make weight.
I'm going to call Russell. You hear that, Russell? With Cassius Chaney, we found an opponent for him. I mean, we can get the entire police department out there. We can get the mayor, the police commissioner.
Mr. Peltz, I'm just a coach.
Well, there you have it, folks. Coach George G., police officer, boxing coach, father, just an all-around Renaissance man. Thank you very much, and good luck, Coach.
It's a fight, head bust 'em, head bust 'em. It's a fight, head bust 'em, head bust 'em. We gon' hit 'em with the left, hit 'em with the right. We gon' hit 'em with the left, hit 'em with the right. It's a fight, it's a fight, head bust 'em, head bust 'em. It's a fight, head bust 'em,